directly. And we've got one question so far from Ting. What's the difference when writing a YouTube script compared to writing email copy? Can't seem to differentiate those things. She's mentioned, I see sometimes YouTube scripts get used in emails, but not always the other way around. And also, do we need to know video editing when writing YouTube scripts?
Yeah, cool. Good question. So Ben, I know you've done a ton of YouTube ads as well. So I'll go first, and then but I definitely want your take as well. So yeah, I mean, from my perspective, like the opening line for a YouTube ad script is just even more important than an email. I mean, you could look at like the email, like the subject line is super important, right? You need to like get someone's curiosity, get them to like stop and open the email. And similar with like a YouTube ad, you really need to hook them in right away because you've got like a few seconds until somebody can just hit skip on the ad. So like it's really important that you just hit them with like something very curiosity heavy, you know, right away. Like I was just looking at one for someone in Copy Accelerator that was about kind of like, did you know like that, you know, is stretching like, you know, good for you, or could it even affect your muscles like when you work out? It was basically like a muscle building sort of program, but it was about stretching, but it's kind of going like back and forth on it. And I was like, and then later on they're like, basically you shouldn't stretch if you want to build muscles, you shouldn't stretch before you work out. So like the comment I left to them was like that, like your first line should be like you should, do you know why you should never stretch, you know, before you lift weights if you want to like build muscle and get stronger? Like I'm gonna explain in a second, right? Because then it's like very like much like a pattern, like a fascination, and like a what, I should never stretch, but like when I could get injured, I could get hurt. But you're like curious and you want to keep listening, versus if you're sort of like, you know, like stretching, is it good or not? Some people think it's good, some people think it's bad. Well, it's like, you know, that's not nearly as interesting as like a contrarian or sort of like a controversial type statement, like, you know, something like that just sort of you lead off with. I think that's one big difference, because again, just even more important to go right to the kill.